AMD and Google just reported earnings, both selling off after market hours. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. The one that I'm really going to focus on is AMD. I don't really care much about Google. Google actually missed revenue, barely, but missed expectation. And then earnings per share came in a little bit higher at $2.15 per share. Google, as of right now, AMD is down 5.5% as of right now. Google was down 8% to lows of 187. Again, I don't really care about Google. Google has been incredibly bullish. It looks like they are projected. The big thing that I want to highlight about them is what everyone else is talking about is, oh, supposedly super good news. They're going to spend a lot more money than what was expected into AI. I think the expectation was 58 million. Now they reported they're expected to spend 75. I think it was 58 billion, and they're going to be spending 75 billion dollars into this development. Let me go ahead and double check that super quick. If I'm not mistaken, those are the numbers. So let me double check. Yep, 75 billion in capex in 2025 versus expectation of 57. So pretty much investing more. That supposedly caused Nvidia to push up when this was originally announced. For those that did not see that, feel free to check it out. Nvidia originally jumped when this was reported because obviously Nvidia is to reap the benefit of that. Now the part that really bothers me about all of this is something like AMD. AMD's been getting wrecked. And it's pretty funny because AMD also produces these chips. But again, it's not NVIDIA. It doesn't have the hype that NVIDIA has. It doesn't have the momentum that NVIDIA has. Lower highs, lower lows from 180 all the way down to lows of right now of 113. And we hit lows of 111 during today's aftermarket trading session. The part that's insane about this is that AMD actually beat earning expectations. EPS beat, revenue beat. I mean, they had a record-breaking earnings. And I'm going to make some comparisons. I understand that they're two very completely different companies, but this is the part that is crazy. AMD, as of today's close, has a market cap of $193 billion, right? PLTR has a market cap of more, $236 billion. So $40 billion more because of, the recent push. Again, this is the part that's just very, very funny, right? I pointed out for Palantir. Trust me, I get it. There's a lot of momentum. There's a lot of hype pushing Palantir up. But the part that's concerning is that in comparison, again, they're different companies. I get that. Palantir has a lot of momentum. AMD in this last quarter with what it produced, AMD produced $7.7 billion in revenue. Palantir doesn't even do that a year, yet alone in a quarter. But I get it. Palantir is growing and it's projected growth. Again, I mean, we can talk about projected growth all the time. If the math ain't mathing, it's hyped up, right? Like it's okay to acknowledge that. Like we all should be self-aware of, hey, Palantir is incredibly overhyped up. And if that hype ends up fading, then remember, this is when we can begin to see those corrections, because AMD had a record earnings where not only was, everything. Expectation for revenue was 6.8 billion. They came in at 7.4 billion. They had an estimate of, the company has a gross margin of approximately 54%. However, adjusted operating margins fell 26%, a little slightly short of 26.8%. Those are just my new numbers, right? For this stock to be down 5% after market hours after reporting a record earnings, it's so sad. And this is where I feel like a lot of investors just get really confused. They're like, what is going on? Quarter after quarter after quarter. AMD continues to exceed market's expectations since the start of 2023. Every single quarter comes in as expected or better. Look at that. A record-breaking quarter for AMD. And yet, it's still selling off. And overall, setup and pattern, it's a descending channel. Lower highs, lower lows. It's trading at levels of what it was trading at the end of 2023. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? It's just the hype isn't there. The numbers are there. The results are there. I think it's going to be very interesting to follow up with it. You guys know that I love talking crap on stocks because I think a lot of them are overhyped up. I think AMD is kind of the opposite. I think it's not hyped up at all, where it's it's hyped up in the opposite way where it's almost just undervalued and ignored because it's not Nvidia, because it's not the new shiny trillion-dollar company. But it just reported exceptional earnings, the best it ever has, and the stock is down 5%. It's going to be very interesting to see. Even its guidance for 2025 is very good. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the days follow. Are they going to give Nvidia the spotlight that it is earned? I don't feel like anyone deserves anything, but if there's a stock that should have earned a nice rally in comparison to like Tesla, don't get me wrong, Palantir reported exceptional earnings. I'm not going to use that as an example. Did it report, 20% exceptional earnings? That's up to you. But like Tesla reported terrible earnings and then it skyrocketed shortly after and then came crashing down. It's like, for what? Tesla's not there. Tesla shouldn't be $1 trillion company. Not now. And I get it. Elon talks. Trust me, I'm a huge Elon fanboy myself. I've said it many times before. He is not there. The Optimus robot has not sold. They're not proving anything, right? They're working on it, but they've been working on it for the past 4 to 5 years. So it's just going to be very interesting to pay attention. Is AMD going to be one that is revived, right? From lows of $110 per share. Is this a value stock that we should be looking a little bit more into? I know I am, but I know that if markets continue, like let's say markets begin to sell off, is that just going to put AMD in a specific environment to continue to fail? Because now if everything is failing, so will AMD. And it's just going to take away all the potential that it had to do well, because fundamentally it is doing very, very well. So excited to follow up. We'll talk about it a little bit more in tomorrow's live trading session. And if you want to tune on in, it's going to be that second link in the description down below. You guys let me know down in the comment section what you think about AMD. Is it a stock that you would consider investing in based off of the numbers, based off of the setup? Or is it something where you just think there's not enough hype? Obviously, price action supports itself, where it's just a strong descending pattern and you just want to ignore it. Let me know down below. I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.